The pushback that we got that we need to give to the CS from the operators is if we got the support of the government in marketing local destinations, in marketing local tourism to the local market, then we'd also be able to really work hard. And other things that can flow with that the local market, domestic tourism market will thrive. Let's bring in the CS for tourism, Najib Balala. Good morning, Mheshimiwa.
Morning to you. How are you?
Salama kabisa. Thank you very much for speaking to us this morning.
My pleasure.
In the room, of course, is Eric Latif, CT Muga, and Ndu Oko.
Great.
Starting off the message from what you've been saying in various fora, especially in these times of COVID-19, domestic tourism. You've been championing domestic tourism and telling the local industry that this is one low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
And what's the kind of feedback that you get from them when you say this?
Well, first, let me just also introduce a subject, which is tourism is down globally, not only in Kenya. The countries that are going to survive this span of almost 1 year, because people fear to travel, long-haul destinations like Kenya will suffer. So it will be domestic tourism, not by choice, is by default. The chance that we did before, and we are lucky today, is because we have established the domestic market already. So we have an existing domestic tourism market. I developed it 10 years ago. It's not as perfect as it used to be, or it should be, is because we have not invested enough in developing the domestic market. And all the players have assumed that if they have enough international clientele, probably domestic market is still too new. But I can tell you now, everybody have no choice but to go for the domestic market. I want to ask Kenyans, it's not just about the domestic market. Kenyans should be the first people to travel so that they can be able to open businesses that are Kenyan businesses. So it is us Kenyans to open our businesses and to support our economy rather than waiting for the international markets to come. It will come, but not now. Even when it comes, we should still pursue the issue of domestic marketing. The feedback I'm getting is that, first of all, there are quite a number of people have started traveling all over the country. Masai Mara is booming now because of the migration. The coast is trying as well as the small other pockets of Naivasha and all other areas. But again, I appeal to the industry. Can you please lower your prices? Can you make them not only just low, but let them be very affordable, that you encourage people to travel and develop the sense of traveling.
I have some questions around the lowering of prices, but before that, when you say you developed this domestic market or strategies for this 10 years ago, at that point, what did you have in mind?
Well, first of all, you need to diversify your markets. Being domestic and international, because also of the challenges we are getting in the international markets every day. These countries, they issue travel advisories against Kenya or against Africa. The issue of resilience, the domestic market is more resilient than the international market. That's why we developed this market 10 years ago.
Now, looking at today, interestingly enough, just coming off a conversation with one of the practitioners, or rather one of the business owners in this area, in this industry, and they are very clear that what they need in order to be able to do a lot of this is government support. Now, if we talk about, all right, make it easier for Kenyans then to patronize these places by reducing the cost, they're of the opinion that they cannot do this without government intervention.
You know, the problem of Kenyans, the Naomba Serikali mentality, including tourism. I mean, really, what government support do you need? If you put a business which has all components. One, a proper investment, a proper staffing, and in terms of providing the service, And the third, you have a marketing strategy for your own business. We will only complement the marketing support. None of them have come forward and said, this is what we want. Yeah, and I've offered, I said, listen, if you drop your prices properly and come with appropriate packages, we will market for you for free through the digital platform that we have developed at Kenya Tourism Board. None of them have come on this. So let them not be having this mentality, naomba serikali. It's your business, it's not government business. We have given you support by reducing VAT by 2% from 16 to 14. We have reduced corporate tax and also personal tax from 35 to 25, from 30 to 25. We have also given 1 billion shilling to the rangers in the community conservancies, where those conservancies are not shut down totally. They are actually manned by people who are Kenyans to protect the heritage. This is what government has done. So we want to work with the private sector and the hotel industry to say, you come with appropriate prices. I see people have opened hotels. They're still selling the same prices that were there in December or last year in August. So what price lowering have you done? You know, it's easy to say, come to my hotel, free accommodation, but pay for the food, and the price of the food, which is supposed to be with free accommodation, is the same price that you used to sell last year. The gimmick is wrong. We don't want gimmicks here. We want proper, and the suffering is going to be them, because the industry needs to be alive. If you shut down and you think you'll open after 1 year, you will lose your staff. You'll lose the skills that you have invested to your staff. The infrastructure of that facility will break down. Then the reinvestment will be heavy.
But the kind of pushback that they give on that is, for example, now reopening in these COVID times comes with an investment. Already they've been out of business for 6 months, and they're now coming to reopen in the 7th month. What do they have to do? They have to take their staff for COVID-19 testing every 2 weeks, costing at least 1,000 shillings per staff, per member of staff, every 2 weeks. Then they also say we have had to invest in putting in the measures to fight COVID-19. We have to increase our cleaning capacity. We've got to put up all these hand sanitizers in all the places. And we are reducing the number of people that can sit in a restaurant, for example. So we are expecting to host a reduced number of people. This is already an investment that they've put in. They're saying, come on. So if we talk about reducing prices, it's already a cost. And many of them are saying we've already reduced our prices, are operating at a base price.
Well, my friend, 3 years ago, they did good businesses. And I can tell you, companies that have done proper saving, proper strategies, they will survive. Companies that did not do proper savings and proper strategies before, during the boom, they will not survive, because then they are not prepared. This investment is for themselves. And if you assume that you will not open, or you'll wait, or you don't reinvest, you lose business. Nobody is going to come to Kenya, or even Kenyans traveling to a facility that the owner or the proprietor has not taken health measures seriously. Because if somebody does not feel confident on that facility, they will not come. So this is a reinvestment for yourself and for your own businesses. It's not been easy, I can tell you, for all of us.
Yeah.
And I sympathize with them. Yeah. But we have to all take this protocol seriously. Otherwise, you cannot work and you cannot open up. And anyway, some of these values of cleanliness and hygiene has been there as one of the critical ingredients for the hospitality industry. So why don't they just enhance it, and they'll be able to get clientele? Also, the clientele are not going to be many, because even Kenyans fear. Yeah, people, they don't want to go places. We are scared to go to restaurants. Yeah, we are not too sure of the food. Even if people are open, but they have that fear into them. So we are telling Kenyans, remove the fear. We have a very strong, vibrant private sector and hotel industry or restaurants. Yeah, please encourage to go there so that you can be able to support the economy, and people are trying. Yeah, remember, people who don't have money is not only the businesses, but even the travelers. People have got, salary cuts.
Yep.
All of us took a salary cut, including myself.
Yep.
So even us, when we want to travel, we are cautious of spending, and we are going to look for deals, is because we don't have enough spending power.
Yeah.
Our disposal money is limited because we had a salary cut. So everybody is a catch-22. It's a vicious circle. If you don't do this, you can't get this. So it is for me, it's a paradigm shift. Mm-hmm. Let's accept we have a domestic market. Let's accept we have a pandemic that we need to address these issues. The minute you accept that way, there is no obstruction for you to do business in this country.
Taking that into consideration then, CS, there's a problem. It has been caused by a certain thing. I mean, be bold enough to say that the tourism problem didn't start with COVID, probably was there before, and I've heard you be very vocal on that previously. So do you see the domestic market as a possible solution to the problems of the tourism industry in this country?
Actually, if we take domestic tourism seriously and we open regional tourism in this country, then we will be resilient forever.
Yeah.
Because first we have a market that is immediate, which is at home, that knows the propaganda in the media about travel advisories and about security and about threats are false. Yeah. So then you have a clientele that is not really living in fear, or not living in policies that are not guided with reality but political, so that they can be able to sustain the economy in tourism. And also, we have a huge population in Africa. We have 1.2 billion people. If we develop infrastructure to access to that market, we will have in 5 years' time 300 million people traveling within the continent of Africa. But this is the African Union agenda, and I've written to them and I've communicated to them, and I've said, Africa needs to look inwardly. We only received 71 million tourists in the continent of Africa. Why? And we are a huge continent. Mm-hmm. It's because we have not developed transport infrastructure. We have not put security measures in this place. We have not used technology. We have not have air connectivity and other connectivity with our countries and to our people. That's why we cannot capture that market. Yeah, we have a regime that is obstructive to the development of travelers in this continent, because an African coming to any African country needs vetting, needs a visa application 3 months in advance, while a foreigner from overseas will get a visa for free at the airport on arrival. So this is a mindset that we need to do, and is a market that we can develop, and we can be resilient and address the issues that we have been having all this time of travel advisors and others.
This conversation about intra-Africa travel has been there for many years, more than 15 years now, and it appears not to be moving anywhere. What is the problem? Is it a lack of political goodwill?
Well, first of all, yes, we need to walk the talk. Look at the investment we have done on SGR, Mombasa, Nairobi alone. SGR, the biggest clientele Mombasa has is from the SGR business. Mm-hmm. So that is already connectivity. Imagine if we have the SGR from Mombasa to Kigali. We will get people traveling safer, cheaper, it's affordable for the locals, and people will come and see. And they can stop in Kampala, they can stop in Kisumu, they can stop in Nairobi. All these points will benefit from tourism. But we don't have that infrastructure. South Africa, for example, they have the train network, but they have the air connectivity. They have low-cost airlines all over. You can travel from point 1 to point 2 for less than even $30. Here we can't do this because we have not yet developed the low-cost airlines as a model of business. It is because I have monopoly, I charge whatever I want to charge. You look at the cost of traveling by air to Masai Mara. Traveling by air to Masai Mara on a caravan, a small little plane, yeah, you have to pay over $200.
Right.
If I have to pay $200, I better look at an international vacation to go to. And this is where the challenge is. So we need to be realistic. We need to change our business models and say, my friends, it's about volumes.
But what role, CS, do the governments play in this? For example, you're talking about the linkages from Rwanda to Kenya. Conversations within even the East African community. Why is it so expensive for a Kenyan airline to land in Tanzania or to land in Rwanda or in Uganda?
For regional tourism to be able to pick up, you need government policies in the real sense. But we need also the proactiveness of the private sector and the aggressiveness of the private sector to want to do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. For example, we already have an open policy even within East Africa. But everybody is used to this monopolistic behavior of, oh, I'm the only one traveling to let's say Kigali or to Arusha. Mm. So I will charge whatever to is demand and supply. No. Look, I want to give you an example. Look at Morocco. Morocco, to come from Europe to fly into Casablanca or to fly into Marrakesh is only $50, 50 euros per one way. Mm-hmm. So 10,000 shillings, you leave 4 hours flight, yeah, mm-hmm. from a European destination. You can even go for a weekend.
Yeah.
And then the accommodation is affordable. There is the 5-star hotel, but also there is the $50 hotels.
Yeah.
So what happened to this mass market? They come there, they stay in apartments or they stay in hotels that are $50, but all their food and entertainment is outside where the local people directly engage in these businesses. So the local economy flourishes because of this segment of the market. So we want to develop all segments because we have 50 million people in this country. If we depend on small and very few, even the 2 million people that are coming in this country, I'm not happy with that. We have the capacity to have 5 million people in this country. But we also know the dynamics. We are long-haul destinations. The biggest cost of travelers is airlines or air connectivity. Mm-hmm. Again, I think we need to do more in terms of infrastructure network within the country. We need to make our product affordable for all segments. We can have a 2,000 hotel accommodation, but also we should have a $50 hotel accommodation in this country. And it should be of standard, not just any Juakali hotel accommodation.
Bwana Waziri, do I hear you, do I understand you to say that many of the players in our tourism industry have more or less priced themselves out of competition?
Exactly, and certainly, yes. They've outpriced themselves because they think they will just get it. And probably we were spoiled by having an existing market, which is the international market. And the international market to come to Kenya is a lifetime travel. So do we want people to come only once in this country and never again? No. We want people to be repeaters. Repeaters are the ones who could be are the most resilient clientele for our destination. If we have people who come only once in their lifetime, then this economy will not be sustainable.
So in the strategy that you developed about 10 years ago, and I'm sure you have had a chance to look at it and review it and maybe in some instances revise, what role does the local investor play and what role does the government play in promoting domestic tourism?
Actually, the role is the private sector. Government only gives policies. And when we develop these policies, we also involve the private sector to be in the driving seat. So government is limited. You look at ourselves. Mm-hmm. We have reduced KWS park entry fees by 50%. Mm-hmm. Why? We want to encourage people to go to the parks. And not only for domestic market, but also for the international market. Because we know this will be a difficult year. Mm-hmm. But for us, if the volumes are going to be critically enough high, then we don't need even to increase our rates in the coming years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because we have the right volumes. Again, the government gives policies, you take the advantage of those policies and convert them into a business model that works for you. I think we need to engage much more with the private sector, and probably this is the time we should actually look at the domestic market, not as a secondary option, but as a primary for sustainability and resilience.
Bwana Waziri, some of our listeners have aired a certain view that I'd like you to consider and comment on, and they say that, I mean, prior to COVID, some of our hotels, I presume the high-end ones, they say some people have faced discrimination. Is this a thing of the past? Because I think it is. Or is it something that you've also heard of from time to time?
No. First, I don't think there's discrimination, but there is something which is called a perception or a complex or an attitude. And I've told the industry, please, we are going to a domestic market. Can we change our mindset so that we appreciate the domestic market, which has a different taste of services, of products, and everything else? And we need to address those tastes of the domestic market. Yeah? And we start looking at clients or visitors or travelers, not of their color or their nationality. Look at them as just a client that you need to give service, and they pay for that service. So it is a paradigm shift. And it's true. When you go to a hotel or to a restaurant, yeah, I don't think is a big issue now. But before, if you go to a hotel or a restaurant and you are local, even the attitude of the workers or the staff who serve you have an issue against you.
Yeah.
But even the Mzungu, every time they come, they say, Jambo, Jambo. But if it is a local, even us, when we are told Jambo, you don't know why is he greeting me every time, this guy. Yeah. You know, it is a two-way system. We Kenyans probably have a complex, and when we go there, we don't know how to fit. Or even the staff, when they come to their attitude towards us, they think we are lower than the Mzungus. So these are the things that it will take time, and eventually it will go. But we have almost neutralized that attitude. Slowly, we are moving forward. And I want to encourage this to be more.
Bwana Waziri, there's something I would also like to ask. You see, talking of government, say, contribution to it, if I look at, say, a place like Lamu and the tourism that is in Lamu, which in my opinion is considerable, part of the problem that has perhaps caused a decline is security. And that is only the government who can actually, should I say, make that security problem go away. That's one. Two, our parks as they currently exist are not really friendly for individuals who drive around. The road network is really genuinely safari. Now, these again are things that only the government can intervene in, or have I got it wrong?
I think you're right. Government has a bigger role, and also private sector has a dynamic, proactive role to do. Yeah. First of all, I want to clear one thing. Lamu has no security problem. There is the Lamu County, then there is Lamu as the island or where the tourism is and the destination. Okay. When you go to Shela and you go to Lamu Island, there's no security problem. But yes, the perception of Lamu is because there is a bombing in Kiunga or on the border or in Boni or in Dodori, then there is a problem of perception. But I know Lamu very well. I don't think I have a problem to go to Lamu, and I will go to Lamu.
Yeah.
Shela is the most peaceful area. Lamu town itself is most peaceful. But if I go outside those parameters, then I am risking my life. But it's a perception, and it's something that we need to correct. And I agree with you. Yes, safari probably is not designed for us who want to take an easy life vacation. It's supposed to be for ruggedness and adventure. And that's why all these national parks are designed to be rough. But in the name of roughness, we have not invested in proper infrastructure and roads. That's why we are doing this management plan for Nairobi National Park. You go to Nairobi National Park today, you'll see the improvement of infrastructure that we have already started. But we have neglected most of these national parks before, because we want to say, oh, you call this agony of
it's an authentic safari.
and the safari, and you say, "Oh, welcome to the African massage."
Yeah.
I mean, really. We are cheating people. You have bad roads, except you have bad roads. Oh, this is African massage. But you are breaking my back. And today with the Millennium segment, people want easy life. They don't want to spend 8 hours looking for a lion.
Yep.
They want to spend 1 hour. They want to go to the pool to hang around. They want to upload their internet. If your lodge has no internet, or you're telling me, oh, we want to give privacy to people so that, I mean, rubbish. I mean, what privacy? Give me the internet as a right. It's me to choose I use it or not.
Yeah.
But it's a short way or shortcut of the business investment that we are talking about. But yes, we need to change.
Yeah.
We need to change. We need to have proper infrastructure in the national parks. We need to have proper facilities in our lodges and hotels, like internet, for example. And in fact, why should we charge for internet in hotels? It should be part of the cost. Because internet, let me tell you, you go to take your keys in a lodge or in a hotel, the next thing you ask, what's the password? Yeah.
It's the first thing, actually.
It's a human right. Internet has become a human right because it's a way of how you communicate to your beloved one and how you communicate to your businesses. Like now, I'm talking to you. If I don't have a broadband, I would have been disconnected with you.
Yep.
I'm working from home. It doesn't matter. I will be in Masai Mara probably, but my business talking to you continues.
If these conversations are being had, Waziria, now between government, for example, and the industry, the tourism industry in this country, I mean, it's like a conversation is being had and it will be unfolded. Are we talking real time now for things to be unfolded in the next couple of months? What are we looking at in terms of timelines? If we're saying the salvation of the industry is in the hands of the domestic market, when are we likely to see some of these things being rolled out?
We've started as government. We are now investing in Nairobi National Park as a model. We want to build infrastructure. We want to develop the experience of a visitor to be much better. We want to have facilities, toilet. We have to have eateries. Everything that the clientele wants, we want to facilitate that. So we have started with Nairobi National Park, and we are going to move to 10 other parks into the country. Yeah. So we already started, but I can tell you this pandemic has also an opportunity. We have a market already at home. It's not complicated.
Yep.
We don't have to invest too much money to get it because it is just within the country. So the investment of marketing is not that huge.
Yep.
But we need also to change the product so it fits for that market.
Right.
Yeah. For example, if you give me all this touristic food every day when I come for 2 weeks holidays in your hotel, and I don't even have a cuisine that I can relate to, then you lose me because I get tired of the same food that you always give to the tourists, the foreign tourists. So you need to know my palate. You need to know how I behave. Probably I'm not the guy who is going to spend 6 hours in the sun basking because my color is, I have enough pigment from the sun.
You need other experiences, yes.
Give me an activity in the hotel so that I become busy. Also, Kenyans' behaviors needs to change. We don't have to go for a vacation, and the job of a vacation is just to drink beer and just eat nyama choma and just lazing around in a corner. No.
But the pushback there that I'll give you, Bona CS, is it's the experience and how it's packaged. If the industry and even the agency that promotes tourism in the country, KTB, are not promoting experiences and experiential travel, then our mindset is not going to change. For instance, right now, as we're speaking, we have the twin migration. There's a migration of the wildebeests in the Masai Mara, and we have the whales that are coming from Antarctica to the coast of Kenya in Watamu. They are starting to arrive. How much marketing has that been done locally? Do people in Kenya know that we have whales that come to Kenya, that you can actually see a whale in Kenya? How much has that been done? If we look at the other markets and the other products that we have around the country, beyond the beach and the game park, what other products do we have? And we have very many. Like you just talked about cuisine. We can visit a place just to go and enjoy their cuisine. We see the Lamu Cultural Festival. It happens every year. What kind of support does the KTB give to the Lamu County government going to visit our mountains? We see the Camel Derby every year. How much support do we see in that?
To be fair, I don't want to be defensive. We have done a lot of programs on digital, on experiences, no longer about just the country. So we have developed even signature experiences. We have also called for workshops with the private sector. Tell them, these are the experiences. These are 20 experiences in the countries. Let's market them together with this script. And we have engaged. The only thing that delayed us or stopped us was this COVID-19 this year. So we launched this. Remember, I launched these experiences in December last year. It's called the Signature Experience.
Yes.
Yeah? So we launched them properly. The Lamu Festival, for example. I am the founder of the Lamu Festival 20 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah? And Kenya Tourism Board has always supported the Lamu Festival. So we do it in a big day. The Camel Derby, we were supposed to be the key supporters this year. But again, COVID-19 has affected. I was there last year. So we are developing that. But I agree with you, we are yet to discover our country and bring that product in the face of our clientele. We were spoiled. I agree with you. We were spoiled. We were just concentrating internationally. But I have directed Kenya Tourism Board this year. The only marketing they will do is domestic marketing.
Oh, bravo.
And they are coming up with clarity of how do we address the domestic market. So that clarity also is being defined very clear. But I want your help, guys. The help I need from you is we need to remove this mentality, naomba serikali. Yeah? It's easy to point a finger on government,
Yep.
yeah, but not point a finger of the sustainability of your own model of business in the private sector. Yeah? So let's change the mentality. When these guys come in, or just put them in a corner and tell them, guys, yes, government maybe has failed here. What are you doing to actually survive as a business?
Indeed.
Yeah? Because if government has failed on one side, you will fail if you don't strategize yourself properly. But government actually has taken the lead in one of the, for example, discounting the national park. It's government who did it, not private sector.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have also made a statement in public, reduce your prices. Nobody has done it.
They don't do it. And it's actually, it's even shocking to hear. It's shocking to hear, Bonasias, that even with all the associations that you have not had any kind of conversation coming from them. We have various associations operating for this. We have the Hotel Keepers Association. We have the Tour Operators Associations. None of them has come to tell you, okay, this is the best we can do, but we need your support in this and that and the other to reduce our prices.
I've engaged on a few individual hoteliers. The figures I was given, when I look at them, and me, I'm a smart guy. I do my research, my friend. Yeah, I went back. I look at the prices they were selling last year. It's the same prices last year they were selling. So the figures are not genuine. They say, oh, this is break even. But how come last year the same price formula you used?
Yeah.
So I said, my friend, this time is not about making profit or breaking even. This time is to have cash flow for you to sustain to pay your electricity bill.
Staying afloat.
Even today, despite I have a pay cut, I must pay my electricity bill.
Yep.
Despite I have a pay cut, I must pay my rent. So these are the things that is the mindset that we need to do. Yeah. So we told the guys, you come with proper serious packages. We will do the marketing for free as Kenya Tourism Board. Yeah. So yes, they have a problem. They have cash flow problem. They have done losses for the last 4, 5 years or 5, 6 months. Yeah, we sympathize with them. We need them to be more proactive.
Yeah,
I think we are most of them or all of us. We are in this comfort zone that we feel we can do only a bit and it will pick up. You know, it's easy to say we have these bombings every day. We are resilient. Then after 6 months, we are back to business the same way.
Usual.
Yes, because you have an aggressive minister called Najib Balala. Otherwise, you'll be back to the same way.
But CS, just let's take a quick break.
Being picky a bit, but I mean it, and I say yes. Let's be proactive. We all have a role. We all have responsibility, including me as a minister and the government to do our role. Yeah,
Tongue in cheek.
we all have responsibility. Don't wait for the other until they do it, and then I'll do it. No, let's do it things concurrently. If I have failed as a government, what have you done to succeed? Yeah, but here I'm telling you that the government has been more proactive than even the private sector. Yeah, because we went ahead, we did discounting of our parks at a huge loss. But we said, let's do it and spar. For example, I want to share with you. We gave rent-free to all our lodges for 1 year. Rent-free for 1 year.
To whom?
All our lodges in our national parks, we have 23 national parks. Everybody who rents the place there, we have given them a moratorium for 1 year rent-free. Yeah?
That's
so
a huge cost already removed.
Already, I have helped you.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, take this money, reinvest it in your lodge, and refresh your lodge, and then start marketing that specific park.
Yeah.
Don't wait for us. Yeah? So, but again, I want to see that. From 1st of July, I said, this is our policy. So they will take up. Some of them are very aggressive, and some of them are doing a good job. Yeah, I don't want to generalize. Yeah, but again, it has to be the whole sector. It cannot be just a few of us. Yeah, and the rest they don't follow. It will not work. It will not work.
It has to be a concerted effort. CS Najib Balala, thank you very much for speaking to us this morning, and continue engaging with the industry stakeholders. What we want to see, of course, in the end is that we have a thriving private sector and we also have a thriving domestic tourism market.
Thank you very much, my friends. And I can tell you that government will always be facilitative, at least from the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife. I have an open door policy. I engage with all the stakeholders on daily basis, on a personal name sharing. So they know me, and I'm ready to listen to all what they want. Yeah, but again, it is a business. It's a mind shift.
Right.
Yeah. It's a paradigm shift because of the pandemic. Let's take advantage rather of looking at it as a problem.
Asante.
Yeah, and we can move together and better for our own businesses, but also better for this country.
True. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Asante.